What's your no one will ever believe this true story? I was camping in the Appalachian Mountains with three of my guy friends. We were all laughing and telling stories around the fire one night around midnight. The friend next to me grabbed my leg and pointed at the woods. We both saw a man's silhouette standing there. We called out to him, but he turned around and vanished from sight. We were 18, no cell service, and camp was all pitched up at midnight. Too late to search for another spot where we might get away from whoever it was, and too scared to search for him. We decided to sleep through the night there with two-man watch teams. No signs of him for the rest of the night. We got out of the woods all right. 2 days later, two hikers were stabbed and killed by a mentally disturbed man who'd encountered them on a trail near where we were camping. Every now and then I wonder how close we came to having our cards punched that night by what could have been a knife-wielding murderer. Second, I was almost abducted. Went to a park when I was like 6 with my sister and my mom, and there was a really nice man who helped me up when I didn't quite stick the landing at the end of the slide. My mom noticed him and figured he was just being polite. Well, my sister runs off to my mom for a minute, so I'm alone. I look up and see the man looking at me and walk around the play area behind the slides and by the pond away from view of the parents. I was curious, so I followed. He was crouched by the pond out of sight, and I remember tidbits, but I do remember he told me I was pretty and very mature for my age. He then was in the middle of asking me if I was only here with my sister, when my mom emerges absolutely terrified and in a state of panic. Never seen her like that to this day, and I think that's partly why it was seared into my memory. The man ran when she started yelling, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" I started sobbing because my mom was yelling. She never yells. But it took me a few years to fully understand what happened and what could have happened. I did have the stranger danger talk, but I just thought the man was so nice. Third, that's all I really remember from that day. I'm 99% sure my mom reported what happened to the police, but no idea what happened after. When I was really little, my pediatrician went missing for 6 months, and everyone is really worries, but they eventually found him dead in a camping preserve. He had committed suicide. Honestly, he was a very good person. It was definitely heartbreaking. But we found out in his suicide note that he sometimes would inject water instead of vaccines into kids because something I forgot about. So there is a good chance I missed some of my childhood shots BC of this, and it's so weird to think about.